Welcome back to Pickleball Journey. Today we are talking about the great reset.
We're going to share several tips that will help that reset.
I'm Justin.
I'm Elisha. Let's get into it.
All right, so today we're working on our reset. So the very number one tip that you want to be doing when you're hitting a reset is we're just keeping that paddle face nice and open, just right out in front here. It's really an open paddle face, both on the forehand and the backhand side.
Yeah, let's do a couple here. Let's show you it again. Yeah, just look at that block. Look at that, oh, I got the net. Nice. And the one thing that kind of add on top of that is Justin's not worried about popping the ball up necessarily too high. He really wants that margin for error nice and high over the net. Because if he doesn't get it in, we can't continue to play the point. Yeah. Pickleball, you don't have to worry. I mean, sometimes you have to worry about injuries, but it's plastic ball, right? Yeah. So, you know, if you get slammed on, there's a good chance you might be able to get it back, especially with how small the court is and how slow the ball moves, right? Yeah. So give yourself, if you have to do 3-4 chances to try to reset it, then give yourself 3 to 4 chances. You don't have to be perfect. No one's perfect. So not even Justin, okay, at resetting the ball. So give yourself a couple chances to get it low before you start to try to be like aggressive again.
And we like to think of it as the no net rule. Yeah. Where if you miss it in the net, you got no chance to win the point. Yeah. So start, especially early on in games or in rallies, start with those resets by missing a little bit high, as Elisha said. Yeah. That gives you another chance to get that next one a little bit lower.
Absolutely. And that second tip is that I have for you guys is with the great reset is like kind of flinching, right? A lot of times we'll get nervous when we pop a ball up or they try to be aggressive, and we'll flinch and we'll bring our weight up, or we'll bring the paddle up, or try to flick the ball like this with a vertical paddle movement. And a lot of times we'll mishit the ball. And so if you notice, every time I'm hitting the ball hard at Justin, he's very calm, very stable, just gets the paddle in the position where the ball is and just blocks it, okay? So that's all we need. Watch his composure. He doesn't flinch, right? He just blocks. Perfect. One more. Okay, so do your best to stay as calm as you can and stable, so that there's no flinching of the body, because that's gonna put your paddle all over the place and mishit the ball.
Yeah, that's great. Awesome. Well, before we get into this next tip, if you enjoyed this content, please hit that like button. It really does help us out. So for the final tip for the great reset, it's very simple. What you want to do when you're hitting resets is keep a loose grip. So oftentimes you see people, they get really tight, and it even goes to the last tip where they're flinching. It's a lot of times because their body is tight. Yep. And so you really want to keep the loose grip on the paddle. You're just keeping that out in front, and you're blocking these resets. Yep.
I've mentioned this before in past videos, but the example I give is kind of holding an egg, right? Okay, with an egg, you want to keep it secure so it doesn't, drop out of your hand and break, and you don't want to squeeze it too hard to where it breaks in your hand, right? So you're holding it somewhat firm, but you're not crushing it to where it breaks in your hand. So I like to hold my paddle like an egg, just secure, but not crushing it, right? So let's do a couple more, right? So even one up here, right? And then one more. Nice. So just great, simple composure with a somewhat, not really hard, but secure grip, okay? And he has an open paddle face he's not trying to do any fancy spins, just block to reset it. Then once we get an easier ball, we can go into moving more aggressively.
Love it. Yep. All right, real quick, we love these engaged paddles. We've got a 20% discount code in the description. Yep. These paddles are gonna bring your game to the next level, and you're gonna win every match.
Guaranteed.